Hello, and thank you for watching Accelerate with Nerdio. In this video, I'm going to walk you through managing the firewall via the Nerdio Admin Portal. As always, please remember to check the comments section for any articles or updates to this video. So our agenda today will be to discuss the Nerdio default networking structure. We'll go through a demonstration of modifying and accessing the firewall in the Nerdio Admin Portal, and I'll also quickly show you what these same assets look like in the Azure portal. So first, let's talk about the default networking structure created during the Nerdio provisioning process. We create a VNet with an address space of 10.125.0.0/16. Within that VNet, you're going to have two subnets or zones. The LAN subnet at 10.125.0.0/17 and a DMZ at 10.125.254.0/24. Now, around those subnets, we utilize what's known as network security groups, or NSGs, in Azure. These are allow deny rules that protect the environment. And our default is to block all incoming traffic outside of the WVD gateway. This is a best practices and security must have. So let's jump into the Nerdio Admin Portal. From the networking section, we see the firewall option. And here we can see those two zones we just talked about, right? Our LAN and our DMZ. And we see the NSG rules that are already in place. We can see we've got allow rules, we have deny rules, we have sources, destinations, and the allowed protocols. So what we see right here are the defaults that get created during any provisioning. You'll notice there's no option to remove them as they are necessary for any environment. These could be modified directly in the Azure management screen if needed. But let's assume we need to add a new rule. We'll go ahead and bring up that option. And as we can see, we're going to add a rule. In the LAN, we can name that rule, and we'll just call it demo. We can assign a priority, and we'll see that as I'm hovering over this, I can see existing priorities so I don't overlap or conflict. We'll just call this 503. I can choose the direction. I can choose whether it's allow or deny access. We'll see that I can then specify the protocol, the source, and the destination. And I can go as far as determining a single server source on either side or a full address block. Once that's done, I would hit save. That rule will appear here under the firewall in the corresponding zone. Now, if we take a look on the Azure side, what is it that we're relatively touching? So we can see that in my resource group, I've got a virtual network, which has that address space we discussed. We can also see that I've got two subnets, as we discussed previously. We've got the LAN and the DMZ. We can see those populated here with those address spaces we discussed. If I go back to my resource group, I can also see those network security groups, right, that we were working out of when we worked in the firewall module. And so if I open up that LAN NSG network security group, I'm going to see the same rules that we were just looking at. So again, you can always go in here and manually modify if needed. And that is exactly where they live on the Azure side. And so again, we've discussed the Nerdio firewall module. We've discussed the VNet, the subnets, and the NSGs around those items that make up the networking structure within Nerdio. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to visit help.nerdio.net. And as always, I appreciate you watching today's video.